guys, welcome back to Cooperb Motorcycles. This is the Royal Enfield Shotgun 650. It's a brilliant bike and we love it. But could it be any better?
So the Shotgun is a brilliant bike and it's just a little bit different to most other Royal Enfields. Like all Royal Enfields, this bike is extremely engaging and it will definitely make you smile. But this model is a bit different. It's a little bit naughty and the chassis is an absolute masterpiece, and the geometry and the stance of this bike make enthusiastic bend swinging an absolute. The Royal Enfield product development team are probably the freshest and most dynamic team in the business, and they've created a brilliant bike that has rock solid handling but also turns quickly. They've done that because their design team incorporates Harris Engineering, a race team with immaculate pedigree. And what they've got is this blend of perfect stability and agility. You've got that commanding riding position, and I think that mix is why you end up riding this bike with a little more enthusiasm than you probably would on most other Royal Enfields. So we think this chassis is an absolute masterpiece. They've done a brilliant job. However, for the bike to be sold at a sensible price, it is impossible for it to have high-end suspension fitted as standard straight out of the crate. And that means one thing, and that's the potential for improvement. Most importantly, to get the most out of this chassis, we've introduced these stunning Ktech shock absorbers.
And today I'm delighted to be joined by Howard from Ktech Suspension. Hi Howard, can you tell us a little bit more about Ktech?
Yeah, well, Ktech has been manufacturing suspension for motorcycles for the past 25 years. We've developed our suspension systems on the road race circuit, and through that success on road racing, we've brought that down through into our road bike suspension, and we've been doing this now for more or less 20 years. Excellent.
And can you tell us a little bit more specifically about this suspension here?
Yeah, sure. This is the Razor Shock. This was developed in conjunction with Royal Enfield on their flat track series and road race series in America.
Yeah.
We are the preferred supplier for Royal Enfield on their race programs. We've just started with their Indian program. So this has been refined with Royal Enfield in mind and specific for this 650 model.
Perfect. So it's exactly the right shock.
Absolutely the right shock. This shock has given us more compression, so we've got full adjustability, 30 clips on the compression, 15 soft, 15 hard. Same with the rebound.
Yeah.
So we've got rebound adjustments as well, so that we can really fine tune the ride. And also you can adjust the ride height as well.
I saw that.
Yeah. So we can have, for any rider, we also supply this with the correct springs for whatever weighted rider.
So we can have a customer come in, for example, that rides on their own that's perhaps 10 stone, and they're going to get a different shock to someone that buys a shock who may be 20 stone and rides with.
Absolutely. And you can refine the ride as well. Like I say, whether you're a solo rider or a fast, spirited country rider, you might want to adjust the suspension. If you're riding with pillion passenger, it's an easy click or an adjustment of the preload on the spring, whereas you've got infinite adjustments on the preload. So it's an infinitely tunable shock absorber.
Well, it's tunable, but I've ridden both these bikes today and I've had more fun on this one. Okay, there must be something about the build quality of the shock that makes the difference. Can you describe the difference between a typical standard shock from any manufacturer and how that works compared to something that's bespoke made for the job?
I mean, these are hand built in the UK, so we manufacture and build these shocks by hand, and it's not just the technology that goes into it, it's also the materials. Yeah. So all of these shocks are made with the correct aluminium, anodized aluminium and coated internals to make the shock operate smoothly, and it's mainly the adjustability as well.
And what about the damping? Because I understand on a standard shock that the oil speed is controlled basically by a hole, isn't it? The oil travels up through one hole and down through the other, and that's why you don't get the adjustment on the damping. But this is very different, isn't it?
It is. It's because the amount of holes in the pistons and the shim stacks that we use.
Yeah.
Shock absorber suspension and forks is the very complex pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
And a lot of manufacturers will make those to a price for an average rider.
Cool.
What we're doing here is the technology we've used on the race circuit it's been brought into our standard shocks. The materials we use are the highest quality. This is a really high quality shock.
To fully unleash the potential of the Royal Enfield Shotgun, Cooperb Motorcycles have developed and released our own limited edition. We've called it the Wayward.
So if a customer buys a Wayward Edition, they're going to see the difference that the enhancements are made with the bar end mirrors and the nacelle and the beautiful seat. They're going to get to hear the soundtrack of the S&S pipes, and they're going to feel the extra power of the pipes and the induction kit. What will they notice about the suspension?
Well, the suspension will take out all the harsh bumps, impurities of the road.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's fully adjustable as well, so this will take out all of those impurities, which you can't get from a standard suspension. It'll enhance the road holding to another degree. You know, this will make the chassis look like it should be.
Excellent.
To enhance the power, we fitted these beautiful S&S sports pipes. S&S were the only manufacturer that worked with Royal Enfield right at the birth of the 650 Twin project. So these pipes are perfect for this engine, having been developed at the same time as the bike. The combination of the pipes and the induction kit give a much crisper power delivery and a much broader torque curve.